This video is sponsored by my wife, who ironed my shirt.
If you are doing street photography, one day you may ask yourself, does my photography even deserve to exist? In the world where everyone's got a camera in their pocket, it may be tricky to identify what makes your photography stand out. I think I have an answer to this question. The only thing which makes your photography valuable is you. It is the you which defines the value of your photography, your emotions, experience, and intelligence. But here is the challenge. How do you incorporate the you into your photography? Today, I will share two practical approaches of crystallizing the you into your photography. In a comedy movie, Anger Management, Jack Nicholson's character, a therapist, asks his patient, played by Adam Sandler, a simple question: who are you? The patient describes his job, his hobbies, and his personality, but the therapist insists, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, who are you? So let me ask you the same question. Who are you? You may pause this video for a minute and think about it, and if you want, you can even share your answer in the comment section. And I will share with you my answer in the end of this video.
Maybe you could give me an example of what a good answer would be?
The truth is, we don't really know who we are, and that continues in our photography. Instead of digging into ourselves and transferring that into our work, we rely too much on other photographers' style or just things the influencers say. I will share with you the two practical approaches I use to express myself in my photography, and I hope that they will help you find the you in your photography. The first approach is called the intention, which is basically the intellectual basis of your photography. For the first time, I learned about the intention from my teacher, Eduardo Ortiz. He explained that the intention is what makes a difference between a good photo and a snappy one. For me, the intention is all about having a clear idea which resonates with you before pressing the shutter button. It means that you constantly scan the scene for ideas instead of just pressing the shutter button at the time wherever you see something nice. When you look at the street scene, there are fairly many things you can predict. You can anticipate a silhouette which will complete your scene, or you can expect a particular gesture by a chess player when they play chess. A part of this approach may be what Sam Abel, the legendary photographic poet, describes as make the composition and wait. If you train yourself to shoot with intention, you will see opportunities everywhere. By the way, if you want to learn more about the practical aspects of the intention, you should check out my previous video on how I became a lot better in street photography in a short period of time. In this video, I describe some practical things like how I find a canvas for my street scenes, or how I work with the natural light. But don't forget to finish this video first, because we're moving to the second approach of finding the you in your photography. The second approach is called the instinct, and it is the exact opposite of the first approach, because you do not use your head here, but instead you use your heart and your visual senses. For the first time, I learned about this approach from a lecture by Georgi Benhasov, whose work basically feels otherworldly. I would say that the instinct in photography works like spider sense works with the Spider-Man. The instinct is all about trusting your gut. It's all about your feeling of colors, patterns, and light. Unlike in the intention, when you shoot relying on the instinct, the mistakes can actually contribute to your photography. Because when you make mistakes, they can lead you to some visuals or pattern you have never expected before you made such mistakes. Sometimes, when I take a picture relying on the instinct, I don't even know why the hell I am taking this picture, and only later, when I process this picture in the Lightroom, I see why I took this picture. Both the intention and the instinct can be developed, but they require consistency.
This photo is an example of how intention and instinct work together. I had no idea why I pointed my camera on this sportsman, so that was clearly an instinct. But when the smoker appeared, I intentionally framed him when he produced a lot of smoke.
I would recommend to get started with the intention before going to the instinct, because it never hurts to use your brain. You can also learn different photography rules, composition techniques, and you can just get better at handling your camera. And when you feel that you are solid with all these things, you can start invoking your instincts. I would also say that you can think of yourself as of a creative machine, which both has a brain and a heart, and both things can be trained if you expose yourself to art, to beautiful paintings, classical music, good literature. When you consume a lot of complex and beautiful things, it is inevitable that you will become a better creative machine than you used to be before. And beautiful things will develop both your brain and your heart. And it goes without any saying, practice, practice and practice, make your mistakes, get better. That's the only way you can find the you in your photography. Finding the you in your photography isn't a one-time thing, it's a lifelong journey. But with the intention, instinct and practice, your photos will become something truly unique. They will reflect you. Now I would like to keep my promise and tell you who I am. I am basically a curious explorer. And this works not just in photography, but in all other aspects of my life. I hope that this brief overview of my approaches will help you find the you in your photography, and I would deeply appreciate if you subscribe on this channel and watch my other videos, like the one I've mentioned before, on how I became a lot better in street photography in a short period of time.